Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NCAA 2005. We are here getting to the home stretch of our season. Really kind of getting along here. We're already 8 games into our first season at the helm, and it's not going good. We only have one win, and we're going up against Troy State, another conference opponent who also has one or fewer wins. They have no wins. They have none. They're 0-7. So somehow we are ranked 119th. I guess our body of work lays out a lot worse than Troy State's, 0-7 body of work. I don't know how, but either way, we're going to be under the nice pink sky, nice beautiful sunset here in Troy, Alabama, playing the Trojans of Troy State. So obviously, in case you do not know, this is just Troy. They would change their name. I don't know what year they would, but sometime between this and NCAA 11, they changed their name. So, but they're still Troy State back in these days, and they're very bad. They're always very bad. But they're in the Sun Belt for us now to play with. So that's how that's going to work. But we do have our quarterback, I believe, number 16, back in the starting fold, which is desperate because, considering that we have 3 useless quarterbacks, you'd think one wouldn't matter over the other, but, we might need a bit of help here. So Troy State's opening drive, they're going to get a huge first down completion to get them into Vandal territory, and already they're moving pretty easily, giving us some flashbacks to Louisiana Monroe in the last video as things got cooking pretty early for them. So we're hoping to avoid that. So on a 3rd and 12 here after some negative plays, the Trojans trying to go for a Hail Mary pass here down the left side, and number 8, one of our best defensive players, is in position. That was a terrible pass anyway, but either way. So, but on our opening drive now, it just takes a couple plays here and off to the races. I believe it's number 14, and there's one person in pursuit. He's not going to catch him, and it's going to be a touchdown, a humongous Vandal touchdown. And it's apparently a record-breaking touchdown. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But according to the game, according to NCAA05, that is a record-breaking throw. But either way, it's just nice to have number 16 in who can make a competent throw like that. I feel like the other 60-somethings on the roster at that position can't do that. So it's nice to see that one can. So nothing else would happen in the first quarter as our one touchdown would stand. So holding a lead here early in this game here in Troy. So on 3rd and 1, we're going to hand off to a running back, and he finds some open space, number 6, up the middle, shimmying and shaking, trying to get some extra yardage here, but it's a beautiful pickup for him, so we will take all of that as he gets us close to the end zone here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11. And so now number 16 drops back, floats this one over to the goal line, and it is caught by the tight end, and he's brought down about the 1 or 2 yard line, so very close to getting back in the end zone. See if we can punch it in. That was a problem last week at home, or last video against Louisiana Monroe, but here we seem to be able to cap off these red zone opportunities and turn them into points as we hand this one off to number 6. He's going to finish what he started by getting into the end zone. So 14-0 over Troy State, man. We are looking pretty good right now. But Troy still wants to answer back, and a huge floater of a ball here, and it's caught, and he's brought down. It's number 8 getting mossed, man. We gave him some praise earlier in the game, and here he is getting absolutely mossed by no doubt like a 64 overall receiver. There's no way that dude, but this dude is everything for Troy State, man. Number 5 would do like everything for them. I've already cut out some stuff that he did earlier. I think he got that diving catch too earlier in the game, so he's just been everywhere. So number 7, Troy State's quarterback, drops back here, steps up, and throws it across the middle, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5. And Troy State's drive is going to continue once again as they get closer and closer to the end zone. Going to try and cut into this deficit at least a little bit, and they're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to get brought down. Bit of a close spot there, but they're going to say he was passed across the plane. He broke the plane of the goal line, and he was in. So that's going to be a touchdown for the Trojans, and you see a better angle from here. Yes, he definitely broke the plane, but I don't know. It was sketchy tackle here. So Troy State with the football again, as our offense has been a little bit stagnant here, and again, I believe it's number 5 getting a catch here and getting inside the 30 for the Vandals, and number 8 just cannot seem to lock him down. I guess just seems to have met his match at the receiver position, and this time it's not like some high-end FBS talent. It's Troy State of all teams. So once again on the other side of the field, I believe it's number 5 again, just continuing to work for Troy State, man. Just continuing to get in there and get reception. So now goal to go again on second goal. They're going to hand off to the fullback again, and he's going to get into the end zone again. And so Troy State now has completely erased the deficit here that they found themselves in at home, pending the extra point, of course, but being down 14-0. Remember, we led in the first quarter. Now things are tied here at the end of the first half, 14-all. So we're going to need to, step up on offense as we were kind of stagnant here late in the second quarter. So in the opening kickoff here to start off the second half, our returner is going to get stripped on the way down. In Troy State, there's a whole mess of red jerseys in that dog pile, and they would all, or someone on that side would come up with it. So Troy State now set up with a prime opportunity here to start off the second half. An awkward rollout is going to end in a touchdown for Troy State. That was a weird one. A fake handoff. He was going to roll to the left side, but he's not that. He doesn't throw that way. I don't know. It was a weird play, but either way, it's a touchdown for the Trojans as number 7 is able to find an open receiver. Really nice pass too, man. Just put that on the money, man. Put it right where it had to be. So now we find ourselves trailing by 7 after being up 14. Another home run shot from 16. It's going to be caught from 14 again, and he's going to have this one hauled in inside the 35. Gets brought down about the Troy State 32. And things are going to continue now for this Vandals drive. Maybe we're going to be able to answer back to Troy State. We haven't seen an answer really at all this season. Maybe in the Oregon game was probably the only time, but last video with Louisiana Monroe, we really struggled to answer back to them as we saw things just kind of get out of hand quickly. But right now, we are moving the football upfield as 16 finds 14 again on the other side of the field, and he gets a first down after being pushed out of bounds. So fast forward to a 3rd and 6. Troy State's defense really applying the pressure, but 16 able to that one in the corner to 14, who was wide open. Another beautiful pass, man. We've seen some solid passes from both quarterbacks. So even though both these teams are combined 1-14, we've seen some impressive passes from both quarterbacks. I'm not really upset about either one here. I think there's a lot here in the film room that maybe we could pull from. So 21-all is now the score, but Troy State is on the move once again. Number 7, a deep shot downfield, and he finds that open man through the zone. Number 8 was playing a shallow zone and just didn't really have number 5 laid down. It just continues to be a very productive part of this Troy State offense in this game that we have just been struggling to find any answer for, just any answer at all. And just again, another beautiful pass, just right between the zone. That's all it was. Just found the opening. Number 7 finding that opening. So he's going to find another opening here. As it's the tight end, I believe, across the middle, who's going to catch that. It might have been their fullback actually. It's possible. Or no, it was the running back. It was a running back who caught it. So can't see the position names. They don't have names, and we got to look for the positions. But that's how it is. But on a 3rd and long here, that throw from number 7 is errant. So they're going to have to bring out the kicking team, and that's actually a nice field goal, man. That wasn't even like a guarantee. And for a kicker on this caliber of team, you'd expect him to be pretty bad. But I mean, that was a pretty decent field goal. I'll give it to him. So 24-21 is now your score, and now on another kickoff in the second half. Don't tell me it happens again. Don't tell me it happens again. And it does. Another Vandals fumble on a kickoff here. So we might need to evaluate who is handling the kickoff duties, because I think that was both. I think both returners we have back there now have a fumble. It was not the same guy on the first one. So we might need to evaluate it altogether, who's receiving kicks for this team. But Troy State, I think it was a bad spot. I think they got the first down, but they were marked short. But either way, they're going to pick it up on the very next play on a quick handoff. So on 4th and inches, they do manage to convert. Troy State's been very bad on 3rd down in this game, but it does not seem to stop them. So 1st and goal for the Trojans now. Under some pressure, number 7 pump fakes out of it, and he finds a receiver in the back of the end zone. Now, I don't think there's any way that dude had a foot in bounds. Before, his other foot was out of bounds. He definitely had a foot in bounds, but I think the other foot definitely came down out of bounds first. But either way, they're going to give it to him. So 31-21 is now the score. And on 3rd and 10, we got to get this offense back rolling here as we find ourselves down by multiple scores. Number 16 breaks off a tackle, but eventually fumbles on the next sack attempt. I think he was down. So 2 back-to-back questionable calls. I think he was down, but there is no review, so they're just going to say it was a fumble. So Troy State with another offensive opportunity in a good spot on the field, and there's number 5 just getting busy once again, man. There's no answer for him. There just is no answer for him defensively. I don't know how we're letting this one guy just beast us so much. Maybe we picked the wrong team. Maybe Troy State was the team to pick. I don't know. So on 3rd and 5, our defense finally applying some pressure. Number 7's going to keep it himself and try and run for the first, and he cannot get there. He gets close, but he definitely does not get there. So We come up with another third down stop. But Troy State, man, they're applying the pressure, man. Up 10. They want to put this one away. They don't have a win, so they're going for all the marbles here. And their running back is just spinning his way to a first down. He was dead to rights in the backfield, but he finds an open running room by spinning his way out of some pressure and getting past the sticks and a few more yards. So first and goal now for Troy State. They're just continuing this drive here. A fake pitch ends up in a touchdown in the middle of the end zone. Once again, just an open receiver. There was just no one there in the vicinity prepared to put any sort of pressure onto this receiving core, as Troy State's just been able to kind of do whatever they want throwing the football. It's been a very effective strategy for them to just throw it, and it's number 5 again, dude, number 5. So we were up 14 in this game. You remember that, right? It was 14-0. Now it's 38-21, but Troy State, now fast forward, is going to be attempting another field goal after they have another offensive drive stall out in our end. Is again, they've been off on third down. They cannot convert third downs, but still somehow they have been able to rack up an extra 20 points on top of our 21 points. So finally trying to get something moving on offense here. Number 16, just an absolute Hail Mary pass, and it's obviously picked off. I got a receiver on the ground, refs. What are we doing? I got a receiver on the ground, and it's going to get fumbled on the return, but Troy State's still going to land on top of it, so it doesn't matter. But I got a receiver on the ground. How is there not a flag here, ref? Come on. I got 3 questionable calls in this game. I don't know about this, man. And they missed that spot for Troy State. I mean, this is just a terribly officiated game. I'm going full crash out Tim Lynch here. This is just a terribly officiated game. I don't care what you say. It's not a legitimate loss. The refs cost us this one. Yep, the refs are what forced our offense to only score 21 points. That's right. So Troy State's just further adding on to the lead here as number 7 once again finds. Don't tell me. I don't think that was number 5. No, number 5 is on the short side of the screen. It's number 2. So they found a different receiver. But Troy State would add that touchdown, and that would be all that would happen in this game. So after taking a quick 14-0 lead over the Trojans, mind you, after being up 14-0, we then proceeded to get outscored 48-7. 48-7 against a winless Troy State. So this might actually be a structural problem with the program and with Mr. Lynch at the helm. That might be a structural problem that maybe he can't fix. Maybe we'll be looking for another coach pretty quickly. But, barring we don't get fired after this one season. So more than one win, it does not look probable. If we can't beat Troy State, I don't know where the next win's going to come from. Troy State had 1 third down conversion. 1. And they scored 48 points. I mean, obviously, if you turn the ball over 4 times, it's going to hurt you, but still, the offense needs to score more than 21 points in order for that to really be a talking point. But it's just a bad game overall. Number 16, finally back in the fold, goes 19 for 39 with 290 yards. So he absolutely was slinging that thing around the field with 2 touchdowns as well, and that one pick, just kind of a prayer pick, I guess. Just like, hey, F it, someone's got to be down there, right? But didn't really work out that way. So number 6 doesn't do anything outside of that drive where he was kind of doing everything. He does nothing. Number 14 was really the class of the offense today, but of course, remember, 70 or so yards of that all came from one completion. So number 8, who was getting absolutely feasted on by number 5 on Troy State, leads the team in tackles here, but there's not really much else defensively to really talk about or look at. So coming back to the hub world, we would drop our next 2 games and go winless in conference. So there's no more conference games to play. North Texas dropped 70 on our heads, by the way. North Texas dropped 70 on us. So, yeah, I think it's something structural. So, I don't think we're going to win another game here. We have to go to Hawaii to play Hawaii, who's actually having a decent season. So, I think we're going to finish 1-11 on the year, but we'll let that be seen. So, I hope to see you guys in Hawaii when we play the Warriors.